There's a few things that's really important about dealing with this quick ball that lands in the middle of the court here. And let me just show you things. I think I keep it relatively simple. And I think it's, I see this going wrong so often with players that they clip in the sidewall or hitting it out and giving a stroke away. So it's bounced in a semi-awkward position. So the first thing you'll notice how early and how urgent I think I get my racket up. It's really up. That racket face is open. It's not my biggest swing. I'm not getting into that real classic diamond shape because I just don't have time to. I'm getting my arm in a position there where I can swing. That is now my new position 1. I often talk about position 1, position 2, and then position 3, which is the contact point. That position 1 is really important there when you don't have time. As I swing, you can see there getting around to position 2, it's a lot shallow. It's a lot simpler. It's only around my shoulder and my elbow position. Because if I was to go all the way around where I traditionally go, which would be around to there somewhere, and then forward, I'm going to be late. I'm going to be scratching at the ball. And as you can see, relatively still racket position, half a swing, gets round, has that little hitch, which is very natural. It always happens. Round just above or just around my shoulder, above my elbow. I put my racket face on the ball, making sure I've got those essentials right, like getting nice and low, making sure the spacing is there, that arm is there, that racket is out, racket in line with the wrist in this position. Racket face relatively open. Look how nice and open that's coming, where the racket face is looking at the ceiling, the knuckles and the forearm are all looking upwards. Again, another little side note, common fault. I see that swan neck, which means that wrist bulges and that racket starts to look towards the back wall. Really, really bad place to get into. And I don't actually play the best shot, but look, it's safe. And what I'm actually trying to do here is land it somewhere against that on the floorboards near the sidewall. All I'm looking to do is just clean the game up. Quick little side note and a story here. I'm just laughing because people used to call me this back home when I came to UK for a few years and went back to South Africa. I became called the garbage man, and that was done as a compliment, meaning that anything that was loose and rubbish, I would just try sweep it up next to that sidewall. Kept it really simple, really uncomplicated, and I think that was really important to get right in regard to these awkward positions. It's a bit loose, a lot can go wrong there. Become the garbage man. Just tuck it up against the sidewall, push it wide, let your opponent go deal with that. So interestingly enough, it's not obviously short, it's not obviously super long, but it height as anything, it's against that sidewall. And if I'm honest, that's a really smart place to play. When you're feeling like you're running out of time, it's a bit rushed, the ball's arrived at you relatively quick, all of those technical nuances like short racket position, short position 1 to 2 there, a lot shallower, open racket face hit, give myself a lot of margin. If I'm being fussy, I'd probably try aim a little bit lower, and I'm putting it onto the floorboards next to the sidewall. Again, I'll say it, be the garbage man. It's not glamorous, but boy, it starts to work. And one other little side note, again, I've mentioned my compactness there. Look at my follow through. Look at how I check it a little bit. It stays relatively flat and short, directs to the target area, and I'm keeping myself side on. I'm not opening up, not trying to look at that front wall. I'm trying to keep locked and engaged, trying to keep myself stable and balanced, throwing that arm through it, pushing back to the tee. And from there, I'd be in quite a happy position to play the rest of that rally. So hopefully a couple of little cool tips there for you guys and girls to take away with this. If you do want that free swing audit, like always, click in the link in the description below. It's there for you, completely free of charge. Would love to help people's games out. And if you do like this, as always, please do share and subscribe and help grow that channel. Thanks very much, everyone. Can't wait for the next one coming up soon. Cheers for now.